Hello, everybody, and welcome to our lovely scrimmage matches. Today, we've got Not a Lead versus Team Dink. I'm Marks, and I'm joined by Dan. And today, we're going to be
Hello.
watching these two teams face off on Icebox. I'm super excited for this. Are you?
Yeah, very excited. Thank you, Marks, for the introduction. We have an exciting matchup this evening with a couple Macs actually being banned. We have Breeze on the Dink side and Not a Lead banned Bind. So that's very interesting because Breeze is a fairly new map, right? So we're not sure if what strats would be involved if they played Breeze. Maybe that's why they omitted it. But Icebox, super exciting map to play on. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see these teams bust out their things, but I'm excited for it. And I believe we have another screen here at the tail of the teams. So let's throw over to that really quickly. And now we can kind of see what these teams are coming in with. I'm just right off the bat, I'm noticing Not a Lead. They actually have, is that a bronze player on their team?
Yeah, I see that from can't really see the screen, but maybe New Empire, something like that. So I think that he is a Phoenix main though, so as long as he plays his role, throws out the flashes, the blinds, I think it's gonna be super exciting to see how he executes. I think we're getting the character selections here soon. So yeah, it'll be very exciting to see what their compositions is. I'm hoping to see a Viper. We see a Yoru highlighted from
Good at Yoru.
defending team. Yeah, so that would be sweet.
Yeah, Yoru, very underplayed. I remember seeing some statistics where apparently Yoru is the least amount played in Valorant competitively. So don't really expect to see our Yoru come out here, but it looks like that we're going to be seeing a Sova being locked on the side of the defenders here. And Sova, I think he's really great because he's always just a really great pick because you can just get so much information when you're just playing your Sova.
Right, and I love the Viper lock in from Remy as well. Viper is super strong on Icebox. Even with that little bit of a nerf recently, still super strong to block off half sites, lineups for post plants. And I think paired with the Omen with the lurk ability, I think that's going to be super special to see what Dink has to offer for that.
Yeah, and last time Dink had played, we saw them playing really aggressive, especially too in the start of their previous game. They just decided, like, you know what, we're just going to stack a site and we're going to rush it here. Now, I'm curious whether or not they're going to be busting out a similar strat. I don't think so, but hey, it didn't really work last time, and maybe they might give it a shot again.
Yeah, I think it might. I think also we do see the double Reyna pick as well, which I do want to highlight because if there's anything like that 10's Reyna we saw in Masters, wow, that'd be a DG to watch.
Here.
Yeah, let's all hope that everybody can just play like 10s on Reyna when they pick Reyna. Sounding kind of like my ranked matches, or, people trying to go for those hero plays. Doesn't really work out all the time.
Yeah, exactly. But looks like we see here, we have Dink on offense, piling up on the A side. We don't see a Viper wall down yet, but we'll see how they execute here.
Yeah, and now they're going to be just rushing A by the looks of it. Dink putting all 5 of their members on this A site. It's going to be kind of hard. They've only got 2 people on the side of Not a Lead that are going to be checking them, but they're playing it slow, so they don't know where they're going to be setting up. And the Viper wall comes out.
Yeah, the Viper wall comes out, and they're splitting the site in half with the Reyna flashes to cover. And I think there's an engaged fight here from Taro on good at Yoru. But I think they're looking to use the utility as much as possible. The rotates are coming in, and that's a good first pick from good at Yoru.
Yeah, and now we see Not a Lead. They're going to let that bomb get planted, as now it looks like these two teams are going to be just going in for the scrap, trading back and forth. It is a 4v3 situation, now 3v3, 3v2. What's going to happen here? We see now Dink, they've completely backed off. They know they can just wait for the defuse and then try to pressure it in now. As soon as they hear that, Taro, he's extremely low and he's going to be looking for something, but he gets taken out, and that's going to be a defense win from Not a Lead.
Yeah, what a great defense there from Not a Lead as well. To be able to knock out that Viper early on after the post plant is super key because, like I said, the post plant for Viper, if you have lineups on that Viper, you put the orb down and the toxins come in, it's almost impossible to be able to defuse the bomb. So having that initial pick is super important, and well done by Not a Lead.
Yeah, they really Viper, super important, and as soon as you shut that down, then you just have a lot more of an advantage, especially too when you're trying to push in after the bomb has been planted. Now it looks like they're going to be stacking up onto this B site rush. Let's see how Nira Ruko is going to try and deny this push.
Yeah, you saw the Sova dart, that lineup, really nasty. Spotted all 3 of the players. Knowing that they're in B, I think there's a change of plans here for Dink because knowing that having that information that they're all at B could spoil their plans, and you see that Peruvian making first contact and Fletch with that kill.
Ooh, that's going to be an instrumental first pick as well, because that means that they're able to pick up a gun now because they are only still on a pistol round. We see the cross gunfire coming in, but now Dink, they're just going to be backing off of this middle push. Just looking around for an opportunity here, as it looks like they want to be pressuring B now.
Yeah, important to note that Dink did pick up that gun from Tube from not Peruvian, so they are gonna have that gun advantage as well for that one player. And now getting here to engage.
Ooh, and that's a lot of picks coming out from Nyaruko. From that Spectre, oh, we see good at Yoru. He's going to pick up a gun, but he almost gets pressured down. Unfortunately, the bomb is down close to mid. So this is looking really bad for Dink because only Konoko is left. He's trying to do his best with the pistol here, but good at Yoru is going for the BM knife, but actually, he gets taken out by Nyaruko. Another defensive hold from Not Elite.
Yeah, it was looking very promising for Dink with that initial pick on not a Peruvian, but Not Elite happened to read that situation very well, knowing that mid presence was gone and having those rotations coming fairly quickly. So well done by Not Elite on the defense, stronghold.
Absolutely, and now we see that there's going to be a little bit more of a buy from both of these teams, specifically Dink. Now they've saved up enough money in their bank to make sure that they can get a couple of rifles on the board, which is going to be good as they're setting up for more of a default setup.
Yeah, Dink has fully loaded. Oh, and right away we see that action from Nyaruko with that pick on Fletch.
That was an instrumental very first pick, just right there, ready to punish. That's what you like to see for your repairs, but good Yoru gets caught off guard, not expecting anybody to be there, caught with the knife out in a gunfight.
Yeah, and that Peruvian closes off Tube there. So it looks like they're holding off here. I think they're looking for an engagement. That Sova drone's going to come into A to get that pivotal information to see what they're there, but they actually hide from it. So I don't think they really have any indication that they're maybe saw the Sage on Dink's side, but it looks like the rotation's calling in and there's going to be a stack on 2 and looking for mid.
Yeah, thankfully, because they have this Reyna pushing all the way up on B site, they can pretty confidently say that this is going to be an A site push. We see all of the utilities starting to get used now as they're going to be setting up for their plant position. But the team's not all organized quite yet, and not only they're stalling this out.
Yeah, what a dart by the Sova, like you said before, super important. Look at that contact from Taro and Remy. Whoa, that Aries is doing some work there. But I don't think he really tagged anyone in Yarku with the pick on Remy. Koneko with the right headshot on Yarku and a good trade there. Now it's all up to Empire. What's gonna happen here? With that, ooh, those are nice shock darts and the res. It's looking like it's going out of his hands here. He's looking to take a pick or two and there it falls from Taro's headshot on Empire.
What a great offense on Dink, by Dink, sorry. You could tell they were a little bit confused, but I think that worked to their advantage because they were able to catch Not Elite off guard. We saw that flanking Reyna come in, but immediately Dink was watching their backs and ready to punish it as soon as she walked in. Even despite being down a player in the first couple of seconds, they were able to turn this around, and now they've got 1 point on the board. And it looks like it's going to be dueling rifles coming out now for both of these teams.
Yeah, and like you indicated before, the Sova is going to be super important to get information, and that dart going into sight was really well, but they could not capitalize on it. Oh, and this should be a fast push here for B, grabbing some information. Yaruku's by himself in B. That was a nice Viper wall that cuts the site in half, leaving a small portion for the site. Oh, what a trade by Nyaruko and Remy. And Fletch with that pick on Nyaruko as well.
And that's not good because now the Viper is down, which means that wall can't go up, especially too if they're trying to plant. They still have their stage utility, and so they're going to throw up a wall there. And it looks like Not Elite are going to just allow the plant and play for retake.
Yeah, you see they're all going to be rotating and looking for that post plant. I think it's going to be pretty important to see how they're established. You got Omen on site, just seeing if anyone's going to peek, but now he retreats. Well, the good at Yoru is looking to play super aggressive, but what is Reyna doing?
That's a 2 pick for 2. Good at Yoru, but he gets taken down, unfortunately, by Fletch. And now, it's a 3v1 situation. Fletch is the only person alive, but he's not able to stop the defuse here, as he's just going to be grabbing a rifle and running for it. He's waiting to see if anyone's going to peek out. Okay, he gets the save on the rifle.
That was close. That was very close. You saw him look. Yeah, you did see Shukaraku looking underneath that I believe was green, but looking underneath, almost getting that pick in the last second, but the round happened to close off. Very fortunate on the Jets' part. So looking here, I think it looks like Dink is just going all out. Like you said, the aggression was there the last time they played. They're not really playing defaults, not playing slow, looking to force the issue. It's not really worked for them so far, but let's see if they can turn the tables here.
Yeah, As they're setting up for the A site once again. You're getting a very aggressive Jet using the knives, but with that Sova dart coming out, the recon dart goes up, and that's going to give them a lot of information. Now, Not a Lead knows that they're pushing A really hard, and so we're going to see the rotate come around as Empire, he falls a little bit low. But we got good at Yoru coming in here with the knives. He's going to fly up, trying to get value, throws the knives in, but is taken out by Taro mid-air. That's going to be a huge pick starting out this battle. Dink now just on the offensive, playing around that Viper wall so well, just trying to get value, and they're able to find it. It is now Not a Lead. They've only got 2 players left. Kennex looking for it, but unfortunately he gets traded out too. Now, this is still a 2v4 situation. As Not a Lead, it looks like they just want to re-strategize before they push into here. That Peruvian looking around, trying to catch one of them off guard. Dink's playing aggressively, and so they might be trying to bait them out, make them come out so that they can get a pick just like that. What an amazing headshot from that Peruvian. And now this is going to be their sign to just move forwards here as the wall comes out as well, and that's going to be Shukaku trying to go for the defuse now. Peruvian holding his back, just trying to put in a lot of bullets to stop them from moving through there. He gets traded out. Can he make it? He can't make it, and that's going to be a 4K from Taro, sealing the deal on Dink's second win.
Yeah, and you saw that position from that Peruvian up on tube was pretty key. I'm surprised they didn't use that to an advantage because they called the rotate super quickly, knowing that there wasn't really any movement in mid, and having that indication that A was going to be the bomb site that Dink was going to hit. But Dink was just too good offensively in their execution. They traded picks, got onto site, used a rain of flashes, and used the Viper wall to cut in half. So really well done by Dink. And yeah, it was unfortunate for Not a Peruvian's part.
Get out of my way!
Now Dink, they've got the numbers advantage in terms of their economy, at least. As Not a Lead, they have to be on a little bit more of a save. Fletch flying up here with the knives, trying to see if he can get one of them out of position here. A lot of smokes being thrown down mid. If you're Not a Lead, what do you have to do here right now, Dan?
If you're Not a Lead, you have to just look for some picks here. And look at this position of Not Peruvian. He's playing the mid so well. I cannot stress enough. He gets that gun and Fletch with the knives on Shukaku. So let's see what happens here with the battle. They're both really low. That Peruvian again, the man of the hour.
He's really shutting it down, and it's going to be a little bit of a brawl here, but good at Yoru going to be able to get that pick. Now, it's a 2v3 situation, Not a Lead in the lead, but that's going to be even out here. Now, it's only a 1v2 situation, and good at Yoru is already almost dead. It can only take one more bullet, and that's going to do it. Dink now tying it up 3-3.
That was a good save round on Not a Lead's part. They got 3 picks and put a lot of pressure on Dink. So if you're Not a Lead, you cannot hate that round for them. Now it's important to get back up with the buy round that they're going to be experiencing. So let's see what they can do.
And we actually have an operator coming out from good at Yoru on Not a Lead. So I'm wondering which angles he's going to be holding. It looks like he's going to be holding A, ready to just punish that aggression from Team Dink.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with this op here. They're actually playing right into it, Dink. So it's gonna be super unfortunate if they get a pick here. This is really good placement. And he sees him. Oh, what a missed shot! But they know the op's there. Let's see if they rotate out.
Yeah, no, they're going to be playing it a little bit more slowly, but we see the smokes coming in, showing that Dink they still want to commit to this.
Yeah, you see the Viper walls come up, and the rain of flash is so key. It's a tail of the tape, really, just to see these flashes and wall combination. You get a bench position, and what a pick by good at Yoru, but Remy trades that out.
And now it's trading back and forth. It's a 4v3 situation. The spike is going to be able to go down for Dink. Once again, using that aggressive style and then throwing up their utility just to make sure that it's hard for people to go there. But Remy's able to catch that Peruvian off guard, and if he's able to shoot down the wall, then he might have access to that bomb. But that's going to be a res coming out, and now it's a 2v4 situation. Dink very much in control as they take it down. Now it's only Empire. He's a one-man army against 4 people is not looking good. They're searching for him. Dink, they've got the bloodlust going on right now, but he's so close to being able to take one out. But he gets taken out as well. Now Not a Lead falling behind Team Dink after an initial strong start.
Yeah, so it's good to see the resilience and mental fortitude to stay in the game, even though getting off to a slow start. But I cannot stress that the Kennex flash was super powerful, flashing 2 players right near CT and screen, sorry. And it was just incredible having those 2 flash and pushes them back a little bit more, just so that it delayed the execution from the defending side to retake that site. So well done by Kennex's part on the Omen.
Now, not a lead. They have to be a little bit more careful because this aggression coming out from Dink has been doing wonders for them as they set up for this B push. Thankfully, it looks like they have a little bit more defense here as now they've put 2 people onto B.
Yep, you see these it looks like the Sage is locking down mid there, seeing if anyone's going to be rotating. That is a very cheeky play and it's quite irritating when someone's staying in spawn just looking for any rotations. And that's what the thing about Icebox is, such a peculiar map. Mid is hardly really from some teams executed on because it's so heavy sighted on B and A. But it looks like we have Fletch here going down and looking for the lurk, but they don't see that Peruvian.
But he's able to find the headshot onto Peruvian, and now they're calling for a full rotate over to A, completely catching Not a Lead off guard because they're all on B right now, meaning an open site. And now we see both teams racing back just to get there as soon as they can.
Yeah, the execution there was brilliant. This is something that I did want to see from Dink a little bit more, although they were winning, but just some variety. You don't need to be spamming, honestly, every single time. And it worked out beautifully for you. An open site and now perfect post plant positions with everyone alive.
Yeah, 3v5, not looking great for Not a Lead. They're trying to get a little bit of information, not able to do so. Good at Yoru's, able to see the gun barrel out there, so they're going to be waiting for him to just poke out. But the paranoia is going to go through. Now he's going for the cheeky knife, but that did pay off. Not a Lead, not feeling too strong right now because Dink is in control of this map right now as they've only got 1 Sova left to deal with. And Empire, he's got this Sheriff, so he's going to try and at least try and scavenge a gun, maybe find a kill because on a save round, that's all that's important. But unfortunately, he's going to be taking out. A flawless win for Dink.
Yeah, it was a Sheriff and a Dream Marks, but that did not happen.
Unfortunately, this isn't a Wild Wild West movie, so you're going to get punished if you bring a revolver to a rifle battle, actually.
Yeah. Honestly, we could only dream for a scenario like that, 1v5 with the Sheriff, but it did not happen this time. But hey, who knows? That'll be great to cast on. But now, now we see Dink kind of doing a little bit more of a depot. It looks like they're going to try to engage mid a little bit more, something they haven't done so far. So maybe this will throw Not a Lead off guard. You see that Peruvian playing a little bit far back from Tube, which usually plays inside.
And what a catch onto that recon bolt, immediately shutting it down. Out comes the knives and out comes the Sova ult, but unfortunately they're not able to get anything with Hunter's Fury. The knives, meanwhile, proving to be a little bit more effective in Fletch's hands. But Not a Lead, now they're scared. They don't know what's going on.
No, I like what they did there with delaying that movement through. They happened to didn't catch that Peruvian, but that was really good by Fletch's part, being able knowing the knives and knowing that someone could be at window there. So now we have the recon bolt, the drone coming in, and they have a reason to believe that this is going to be a heavy push, and that, yeah, with that plant that confirms it. So we'll see what happens here in the post plants.
Oh, and good at Yoru actually had a judge there, using it to just punish. Everybody loves a good judging in the face. But regardless, Ruko is able to just get a pick there, and now the picks are coming through for both these teams. There's a crossfire near Ruko. Can he clutch this up for his team? He might be able to, because now it's a 1v1 situation. The Viper is way back. And he's going to be trying to just deny it. Looks like he's got his lineups here. But is it going to be enough to stall this out? Maybe not, because he's just going to use his gun to take him down the old-fashioned way. And that's going to be another win for Dink.
Wow, that was super unfortunate on the Reyna's part there. He did not have the reload go through, but if he had full ammo, he would have actually got that pick on Remy, who was not aware that he was going to push him at all, just waiting for those lineups on a Viper and post plants. Like I said, super deadly, but he was aware of that and could not capitalize, unfortunately.
Yeah, always make sure that you've got enough bullets in your gun before you go for a push. It's, you know, it's good not to just reload all the time, but, you know, you got to have a couple bullets if you're going to be going into a gunfight. Yeah,
exactly. So we'll see what happens here with the way they're going to play it. It looks like A has been super successful for Dink, and they're going to be trying it again. Doing a slow push here. But look at the Reyna coming in on the defender side. Applying the pressure, getting that information. Same with that of Peruvian as well in mid. So they're going to suspect here it is an A push as they're rotating now with the Yuto coming out.
Now that Viper wall is going to be a telltale sign. Good at Yoru. Pulling out the knives, trying to get value this time, but unfortunately he's taken out by Fletch mid-air once again. Now, Mempire, he's scared. That Viper wall is denying so much sight, which should allow the Sage to just walk in easily and get that post plant. Kenix, so he's going to throw out the paranoia. That Peruvian's only got a Bucky, which is not going to be an ideal situation if he gets into a little bit of a gunfight. Mempire just taking some damage there, but Shokaku, he's able to find one, and that's going to be another one from that Peruvian. The Bucky coming in clutch. Remy's going going to take that back, though. And now it's a 2v2, 2v1 situation. Not a lead. They've only got one member on the board. Can they make it work? Unfortunately, they can't. That's going to be Dink now moving up 7-3 in this first half.
Yeah, super smooth on Dink's part. They're just steamrolling at this point, and hopefully Not Elite has something that could stop them, because we saw it was so promising in the beginning. Win those 2 initial gun rounds and a 3rd afterwards. We'll see what happens, but they need to get something going here if they're going to look to on the defending side, on the offensive side, in the second half. But let's see if they can pull up a couple more rounds here with 2 rounds remaining of the half.
Interesting thing to note here, Not a Lead has not bought an operator once. You can tell that their style is just really aggressive because they're preferring to go with the Phantoms and the Vandals every single time over the operator, which is not usually too conventional. Meanwhile, Not a Lead, they've got an op watching things in the back there, but that's going to be a big first pick from Empire, and immediately the res comes out.
Yeah, you see the res, really good usage of the res right away, knowing that. And that's a good trade. And that Peruvian actually, not a trade, but with that pick on Remy in mid. And it looks like they're full executing here on A.
And it's going to be a little bit tense here as Shokaku gets taken out. Taro doing so much work. Now good at Yoru. He's going to be swapping, picking up this Vandal. Give him a little bit more utility in this close quarters gunfight. But these angles are just held so extremely well by Dink. Now, it's only Niaruko who has to come in here and win this 1v4. It is not looking good as the rain is going to be hunting for him as well, but he just happens to be looking in the wrong spot at the wrong time. You hate to see it.
Yeah, so again, I can't say anything else, but just super smooth on Dink's part. They're executing so well on these sites and just getting the picks. They're just outfiring them. It's not, I think it's not even about tactics at this point. They're just outgunning them in every exchange possible. But I would like to say that was a full gun buy for Not a Lead, so they're going to be kind of hurting for economy on this one in the last round of the half. So we see a couple Bulldogs. We do see a couple Vandals as well, but with light armor, and an Ares with full armor as well on Empire. So we'll see how they execute here, and maybe try to hold it. But I don't know, they're just not reading it right.
Absolutely agreed. It seems like Not a Lead has to change up some of their positioning because Dink just knows where all of their members are going to be and what strategy is going to be working. We can already see Dink just investing a lot of utility now onto site B, which is going to just tell Not a Lead to make that rotation over there. But they're not checking their flank as there is one person on that middle ground, just adding in a lot of pressure.
Yeah, you see they're on top of yellow now, and that is Fletch. Being able to see what is in Snowman backside, and there's no one there right now, but adding pressure, and that proving they know he lurks mid. He likes to be in these positions, but with the spike down and that flank on Shukaku's part, what a great flank.
This might be working out. Oh, never mind. I might have spoken way too soon because it looks like Dink were just a little bit more coordinated in their attacking style. We can see Dink, they like moving in together, and that's working out every single time because even if Not a Lead are able to get one pick here or there, then there's 2 more people to punish it. And as soon as they do that, they just win because the team's a lot more spread out and Dink just has the number advantage.
Exactly, and perfectly analyzed, Marks, because that's the exact reason why this game is a game of numbers. If you can go onto a site with maybe 2 people and 5-on-2, you're going to catch them 90% of the time as long as you hit your shots. So that's exactly what Dink was doing, and great execution on their part. Also, being able to condition Not a Lead to kind of back off mid because they weren't going there that often, and then you saw the lure coming in from the Viper to be able to take up that space and allow for additional pressure for the offensive end.
I love a little bit of a mind game, especially too when it comes to games like Valorant, where everyone is just like, if you just click faster, then you win. But we're going to be seeing now Not a Lead on this offense here as they're going to be storming site A. And that's actually going to be a full rotation now for Dink, as Fletch is going to be the first one to catch good at Yoru.
Yeah, you see the trade coming in with Shukaku and Omen on Omen diff. Oh, and then there's a Reyna diff right there too. Taro on the headshot on Niaruko. Looks like it's going to be a 2v4 with low health on Shukaku and that Peruvian. Oh, and that Fletch headshot. He's just automatic. He's just automatic.
There's a reason why he's playing Jet, and it's because he's finding those heads when he needs to. Now, Dink are in a great position right now as they're winning this map 10-3. They only need 3 more round wins, and they're going to have the money advantage here. As you can see that they're all just going to be opting to buy Spectres, going up against Not a Lead's pistol round once again.
Yeah, and I want just to say about that round, that round is what Not a Lead really needed. They needed to win the first 2 gun rounds to be able to kind of bring themselves back. It's going to be really difficult because this is almost kind of, we can say, a guaranteed loss in a way because of the gun superiority for Dink is so much more at this point. So we'll see what happens, but they're going to be looking down to be 11-3.
This is a ridiculous amount of aggression coming in from Dink, just sending both of their members up just to scout it out. But now they know that this is going to be just another push onto A. And so, Dink, they're going to be rotating around as quickly as they can. They're going to give up a little bit of pressure here, but that's going to be a first pick, already not looking good for not a lead.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking to here rotate, but little do they know is that Remy's actually been very patient and been holding B. So they might not expect him, but he is retreating. So I don't know, maybe this is a misread on his part. He is holding it, but it looks like majority of Dink is on A still.
You must be able to hear the footsteps now as soon as good as Yoru is going to dash forwards. He's camping this corner with the shorty. You'll love to see it every single time. Remy, though, is he going to be peeking here? Oh, he saw the little leg, and he's going to be able to find a headshot, and he finds two. Uh-oh, this is not looking good. It is a 5v2 situation. Even if the bomb has gone down for not a lead, it just by pure numbers, pure mathematics, it is not looking good.
No, and also with the gun, the mismatches on the gun too, you literally have a classic and a ghost. It looks like it's not going to be done. With one enemy left, the defuse is going to go off. The wall is there. Oh, gets a pick. Gun. Oh, that was very awkward at that point. The Viper wall is so key to be able to retake sites as well, as I mentioned, to take sites.
Yeah, the Viper wall, incredibly clutch. You know, if you throw an Omen through, it was almost like the beginning of a play. The curtains weren't even open yet, and then the Omen just hopped through, saw another Omen, and they both went, oh my, as they started trading blows. Unfortunately, the gun difference, though, showing itself. Now, Dink, 11-3. They are in charge of this as not a lead. They're going to be buying up. They're going to be trying to get some value here.
Yeah, we need, this is where we need to see the strap bow come out for not a lead on the offensive end. There's a full gun buy. The gun buy is better than Dink's, and with that knowledge, they have to take this round.
Yeah, we can already see the drone just going on the ground. A little bit of a Roomba strat, if you ask me. Sorry, that's more of Raze's utility. But I think they know now that they are going to be pushing up on B site. Good at Yoru, though. Rocking the Minima skins, just lurking through here, trying to get more ground for his team and catch Dink off guard.
Yeah, this is going to be a really important position from Good at Yoru. We'll see what happens through here, but just focus. Yeah, look at this Good at Yoru. And look at trade goes through to Naraku and Remy. But look at this lurk. Sorry, it cut me off because of the action. But I think this is going to be super key, and it could change around if he catches a few picks here.
Oh, but if he gets caught off guard, it could not be good. Right now, this is a little bit of a jet battle going on in the back, and unfortunately, Fletch is going to find the better of that one. So, the bomb hasn't been planted yet. And now they're finally going to be able to get that plant off, but it looks like the picks are coming through. Not a lead. They've only got a 2v2 situation going on here, as now they have the numbers advantage. If they can at least put it down, then that is going to be looking good for them. Fletch, though, able to clutch things up. We've seen him come through before, but unfortunately, that Peruvian going to be coming through. Let's go. Battle Sage, you'll love to see it.
Let's go. We're raring for that comeback. So, honestly, when I saw Good at Yoru fall there, I'm gonna have to say I did lose a little hope for not a lead, because I thought that lurk, was gonna come in hot and get a couple picks, but unfortunately he did whiff on Fletch, but it didn't matter. It did not matter at the end.
Yeah, you can tell Fletch, unfortunately, he wins because he had the high ground. And if anybody is familiar with Star Wars Episode 3, you know the high ground makes a hell of a difference. But now, not a lead. They got to figure something out here, because while able to win the round, it is still not looking good in the overall game.
No, it looks like Dink is still going to be on that full buy with those jet knives. So, and he's going to play his aggro position again, Marcus.
Fletch just so aggressive here. Now they've scouted it out, but that might not be a good indication, because not a lead. They're playing more of a default strategy here, just playing for picks, leaving the bomb in their spawn-ish area, just seeing what they can get, bait out some utility before they decide to play. Oh, but okay, Taru, you want to kick things off with 2 headshots right off the bat. That's going to be doing a number onto not a lead. Memfire, though, he's got this bomb now, and he's scared for his life because he knows he needs to rotate to the rest of his team. It's just a 2v4 situation here. Not looking good for not a lead at all, as the Omen smoke comes out. That's going to give them an opportunity to try and repace themselves.
Yeah, it looks like that Omen smoke actually helped out the other team there, being able to cross safely to the other bomb site. So we'll see. They might have indication that a flank is coming. Well, a good paranoia coming through. Oh, and he loses that trade to Memfire.
Yeah, now the bomb is going to be able to come down, but it is still not looking great because Memfire, he is extremely low. One straight bullet could seal the deal, and Taro just taking out that Peruvian. Now he knows where he is. Okay, this is just going to be a pincer mechanic move that is going to be coming out on Memfire. He doesn't even know where to look as he gets taken down. Now Dink, once they get this defuse, they are 1 round away from winning.
Yeah, and looking at the money here, the economy here for Not Elite, it's not looking good right now. You have that Peruvian who'll be able to buy fully, and Empire to buy fully as well. But the other team members, Shukaku, Niraku, and Good at Yoru, are going to be very poor. So they're going to be looking to get the bare minimum. It's not looking great for Not Elite, but I think at this point they're going to have to go deep into the playbook and get one of those cheeky plays to come out and maybe swing the momentum their way.
Absolutely. We see that their buy, unfortunately, is a little bit scattered as well. We see a Judge, a Spectre, and a Classic on their side. They got to play the big brain strategies now because, unfortunately, Dink, they've got the lead even if Remy can't land that grenade.
Yeah, it looks like he's been putting that every round, and I think that's really good utility because it creates a one-way for him, for the players coming in, and allows him to be able to pick off the legs, to see the enemy before he sees them, as we see right now.
Yeah, and they can hear them grabbing the alt orb there. But now, this is going to be a really aggressive push. Unfortunately, not finding a lot of value out of that Judge. And Kanoko backing up smartly, uses the heal on himself, as now this is just going to be a brawl onto the point because they want to just be able to pressure them. Right now, Dink, they have the numbers advantage. Up comes the Sage Wall. They're going to be going for the plant. The Viper Wall, too, being able to punish some of that value. And they're going to get blinded, but that blind just does so much work as Kanoko goes in from the side and just takes out Niruku. And now, that Peruvian, he's got the bomb down, but this is still not a good situation. It's a 3v5 here with a gun disadvantage for Not Elite, and you can tell that Dink knows that as they are getting aggressive with the push here, and that's going to be a trade back and forth. Vampire using his ult, able to take out 2 with that, really defending that bomb. This is all just about the stall tactics now, and let's see if they're able to do it. Unfortunately, he's going to fall down as well, and that is going to be Dink with the defuse, winning this against Not Elite 13-4.
Yeah, Marks very handedly as well. A 13-4 victory, like you said, and I cannot express how much impact Fletch had there. Playing super aggro on B, getting the information, but also just fragging out as well. That's what you need from your Jet, and that's probably the player of the match for me. Taru as well, some amazing headshots. Maybe a little glimpse of Tens there on Icebox, but yeah, I think it was a GGWP on both teams' part. And like you said, this is just a scrimmage, so let's see what they've learned going into the tournament in the end of June.
Yes, an excellent showing from Dink, but Not Elite definitely showing some signs of life there. A couple of members popping off on their own right. So with that, this is going to be ending this map right here on Icebox. Not Elite versus Dink. Dink winning 13-4. I'm excited to see where these teams go next, but now we're going to be going to a quick intermission.